The question is, can you actually be a muscular beast while also being fast, agile and explosive? Contradicting to what everyone says? Yes, it is possible. And it is actually easier than you think. I just showed you an example. Sprinters. Not the most agile, but the fastest and most explosive people on earth. They are muscular as shit. So how does it actually work? Why some people are muscular and fast, while others are muscular and slow? Let me explain to you how you can build more muscle than your fellow gym bros, while also improving your quickness, explosiveness, athleticism and performance. But first, I gotta provide some credibility. My name is Karol, and I have a goal of becoming as strong, as powerful, as agile and as athletic as physically possible. And I'm doing it for 6 years already, and I've read countless books about fitness. Even here are a few. This one, I hate that fucking book, don't read it. The author basically says you need to have neutral spine 24/7 and it's a complete bullshit. You want to become supple Lampard by maintaining a neutral spine all the time. Okay, so let's get into the video already. Why do you think, even though I'm 97 kg and 6'2", I feel lighter than ever? A lot of people have an incredibly stupid belief that if you're big, if you have a lot of muscle mass, then it will slow you down. Bigger muscle simply has the potential to produce a greater amount of force, always exceeding the amount of weight it brings to the body. What do I mean by that? You could assume that a person who is light, doesn't have a lot of muscle, will be always better at pull-ups than a guy who has a lot of muscle and weights a lot. Simply because the lighter guy has to move a lot less weight, right? Well, let me show you an unofficial record holder for the strongest weighted pull-up on earth. This is Andrei Smaev, and he weighs 135 kg. Look at him, he's a fucking beast. This is exactly my point. Bigger muscles exceed the amount of additional weight they bring onto the frame, and they give you a lot more strength. I really hope you can understand what I mean here. So in terms of strength, a bigger muscle will always be better than lighter muscles, even in exercises that require your body weight to be moved. The problem comes when you want to be big and endurant at the same time, because in aerobic exercises you have to fuel all these muscles with oxygen, and that actually is challenging. So to simplify everything for you, bigger muscles are always better when it comes to anaerobic work. So the work that does not require oxygen. It's short term, it lasts like usually less than 10 seconds. And when it comes to aerobic work, the work where you need oxygen that lasts for a long time, like more than 30 seconds, then bigger muscles are always worse. Lighter muscles are easier to fuel with oxygen, and you can just keep going for longer with lighter muscles. That is why the world record when it comes to the number of pull-ups is held by a very skinny guy. So if you want to have a lot of muscle, you can be at the same time incredibly agile, fast and explosive in short duration work. However, if you would want to also be endurant, that's a lot harder task. You will never perform as well as the lighter guys. However, you can also bring your body to a very high level. Just look at Nick Bare. He's a bodybuilder and a marathon runner, and he has incredible times in marathons, a lot better than most skinny guys. So everything is possible, but you should really think about your priorities when choosing where you want to go in the future, you know? So how to actually become big and fast at the same time? Because bodybuilders are not agile, bodybuilders are not quick, so what are they doing wrong? So the first thing, it's obviously mandatory that when you bulk up, you bring to your frame only muscles, not fat. In the ideal situation, you don't bring any fat to your frame. The best way to do that while avoiding bulk and cut seasons, the way I did it, is to be on a very slight caloric surplus all the time and just eat clean, you know? 80% of your diet should be clean. And when it comes to the exercises you should be doing, try to stay away from isolation movements like, I don't know, chest flies or bicep curls. These exercises work purely for the development of the muscle. The strength you build with isolation exercises is really not functional. It will not transfer to any other activity. So you should focus on ultimate compound movements like military press, squats, deadlifts, things like that. Even specific exercises that exactly mimic the movement performed in your sport or in your activity will rarely give you a bigger benefit than compound movements. Sounds counterintuitive? I know, right? Fundamental strength exercises like the squat, the press, the deadlift, and the bench press, along with power exercises like the clean and the snatch, always form the basis of any strength and conditioning program that is actually useful to an athlete, irrespective of the level of training advancement. This is a page from a book Practical Programming by Mark Rippetoe and Andy Baker. These guys are absolute professionals in the field of coaching. Mark Rippetoe might get some hate in the fitness space for his old school and conservative views on fitness, but many people, including me, got amazing results from following his advice on training compound movements. So please don't be the guy who does like 10 fucking exercises just for his chest. Choose 1 or 2 exercises for both push and pull, and I guarantee you will see results. You will build an amazing physique, and the strength you build will be very functional and transferable to every activity. Another thing I wanted to talk about is that absolute strength is a terrible metric of progress. Fuck chasing absolute strength. It will get you absolutely nowhere unless you want to become a huge piece of meat that can deadlift 700 pounds but gets dizzy while walking upstairs. Always chase goals related to relative strength. So for example, 2 times bodyweight squat, 0.75 bodyweight weighted pull-up. These are the goals that are really worth chasing. If your military press, for example, increases by 20 pounds, but your body weight increases by 10 pounds at the same time, you didn't gain shit. Your absolute strength increased, but your relative strength stayed almost the same. This is not the situation we want to have. Developing superior relative strength is how you become that powerful human being. Please remember that. So to summarize everything, in order to become big, fast and agile at the same time, do compound movements as the majority of your work. Always focus on developing relative strength and maintain a slight caloric surplus to only build clean muscles. If you want to be fast, focus on becoming strong. This is what Louis Simmons, the absolute OG in the world of powerlifting, wrote in his book. Hopefully I managed to convince you that you don't have to be a skinny twig in order to be athletic. This is honestly something I realized way too late, and I believe I would have been in a completely different place if I realized it like 3 or 4 years ago. Anyway, that is it for this video. Maybe write a comment. I actually never say to you to write comments, so write what you thought. What should I make videos about? Don't think I'm running out of ideas. I have a lot of them still in my mind, but I'm honestly interested. What do you want me to talk about? So yeah, see you in the next one. Peace out.